So Donald Trump is no longer running against Joe Biden. And he decided that he was going to throw a tantrum and that he was going to tweet out a little message to his audience about his feelings about no longer running against Joe Biden. Okay, wait, hang on. I'm going to do a dramatic reading because that's the best way to do this. What are the chances that crooked Joe Biden, the worst president in the history of the U.S., whose presidency was unconstitutionally stolen from him by... Hang on, does it say Kamabla? It does. If I missed something, I don't live under a rock. Why does it say Kamabla? I'm going to... You know what? That's definitely a thing. But I'm going to choose to believe that he just had a mini stroke during this tweet and that's why it says that and not because I missed something. I didn't miss anything. Barack Hussein Obama, crazy Nancy Pelosi, shifty Adam Schiff, crying Chuck Schumer, chocolate shake, birthday cake, or whatever Timmy Turner said, and others on a lunatic left crashes the Democratic National Convention and tries to take back the nomination, beginning with challenging me to another debate. He feels he may have made a historically tragic mistake by handing over the U.S. presidency, a coup, to the people in the world he most hates, and he wants it back now. This is an enemies to lovers trope, is what this is. Donald Trump loves Joe Biden, and he is so devastated that he is no longer running against Joe Biden, that he had to make fan fiction about it to make himself feel better. He needs to believe that Joe Biden also desperately wants to run against him in the election and to debate him again on stage. None of us need to be subject to that. It was bad enough the first time. I felt my brain cells slowly dying during that debate. None of us need to go through that again. And suddenly, it makes sense why all of his MAGA followers are constantly just making up their own narratives in order to support whatever they've decided to believe in their heads, because, well, he does it too. He leads by example. If he's going to write bad fan fiction, well, they're going to write bad fan fiction.
When you start late-term aborting children or aborting them after they've been born, that's nuts.
Aborting them after they've been born?
Yes.
You think that's happening?
It is. It does.
I don't think that's happening.
Well,
aborting children after they're born wouldn't be called abortion, though, right?
Well, they still call it abortion.
What would they? That would be called murder.
Well, not according to the left.
I don't think that abortions are happening after babies are born.
Why don't you look into it? That's the whole thing. You have to study out the issues and see what's really happening.
Could I ask where you read it?
You see a lot of propaganda, and it's getting harder and harder with AI for you to be able to determine what's true and what's not.
See, that's fan fiction about how we live in an alternate universe where you can still somehow abort a baby after it's born, even though in this universe that exists and it's called murder. In their universe, alternate universe setting that they've created, you can still abort a baby after it's born. And then also the left is doing that.
What is the most dangerous thing happening in this country right now?
The invasion of all the people that are coming into our country right now. It's creating all kinds of issues. It's creating crime. It's creating economic hardship for the American people. Really destroying the country. That's the biggest thing.
We're a country of immigrants, right?
Well, we are a country of immigrants, but legal immigrants, not being funded and paid for by BlackRock and George Soros and all those big people out there.
But asylum seekers are legal immigrants, aren't they?
Yeah, if they're true asylum seekers. But to have the borders wide open, we know what it did to Europe. It's destroyed Europe, and it's what they want to do to this country. They want to bring down the United States.
But we don't have open borders, right?
We do have completely open borders right now.
And see, now this is a fanfic about how we have completely open borders and that people emigrating from the southern border, not from anywhere else, just, brown people. Those are the ones coming in and they're causing crime and they're stealing our jobs and they're ruining everything. That's the AU that one is set in. That alternate universe also has way more people coming across the border than actually come across the border in our reality.
The George Floyd thing, that was all set up too.
How was that set up?
That police officer didn't have his knee on the neck.
Did you see the video?
No, I didn't see the video.
No, I didn't see the video. Listen, we can't all do the research all the time. It's like I can't always Google and verify that that type of tree grows in the country in which I've set my story to make sure I've got the lumber right on the floor of the house. There are going to be things that fall through the cracks. He didn't even watch the video. He's like, nah, it didn't happen. He didn't even watch the video.
Just like I think January 6th is rigged too.
Talk about January 6th. In terms of what did you think it was? Tomorrow's the anniversary, 3 years. What do you think was rigged about it?
I think it was set up by Democrats.
In what way? Because there's no, sort of purported evidence of that.
I don't know. I think Republicans as a whole are more, just more calm and everything. It's like, the riots in the streets when Trump was president. I mean, the riots were all Democratic cities. I mean, and if you look at they haven't released the videos on January 6th. They did a little bit, and you watch them, and the guy's just walking through. The police are helping them. It just don't look like a true, it didn't look like the riots when Trump was president.
Sometimes when you're crafting fan fiction, you just got to feel it out. You just got to go with what feels right. And I think that's what this man has really captured and mastered. I think that we can all learn from the mastered skill he has acquired of it. I just think so.
I think there's something more fishy about that pandemic. I think China.
I mean, they intentionally did it?
Thinking so.
What makes you think that?
Because I don't know. I just think so.
You got writer's block. Listen, it's happened to the best of us. You start a sentence, you start an idea, you think it's going somewhere, and then you lose it and it's gone. I think what we can take away from this is that not everyone's a writer. Some people, everyone has their strengths, and some people are not strong creative writers and should probably stick to their day jobs in this reality. We can't all come up with seamless alternative universes. It's just not for everybody. But I do look forward to the next chapter of Trump's personal fan fiction, his enemies to lovers trope between himself and Biden. I predict that they're going to mud wrestle in one of those pits, and then their gazes will lock across the pit, and they'll realize in that moment that they don't hate each other, that it's truly love. Or maybe he'll go for and there was only one bed. I mean, who knows? He could take it any possible direction. He's very hard to predict. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to check out some of my content that isn't news related, you can check out my personal YouTube channel at Bad Gamer Wyatt. And until then, I'll see you in the next video. And maybe we could talk about the next chapter of Trump's fanfic. But until then, thank you so much. Goodbye.